Hi, welcome to mediatorpodcast.com, a podcast and video series about mediation, negotiation, and collaboration. My name is Melissa Gragg, and I'm a valuation expert and mediator in St. Louis, Missouri. I actually specialize in divorce and partner disputes. But today we'll discuss divorce mediation and parenting plans or child custody with Michelle Weinberg. Michelle's a licensed marriage and family therapist with over 20 years of experience, but now focuses her practice specifically and solely on divorce mediation in New Jersey. In 2011, she co-founded Westfield Mediation with an attorney, Randy Albert, and she's also a member of the New Jersey Association of Professional Mediators and volunteers at several organizations in her spare time. We are so grateful and happy to have you, Michelle. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
We do usually have some top issues that people are always going to have and debate. And so what are the top three kind of polarizing issues that you see that are debated in the parenting plan process? And then I'll give you some. Let's see which ones you are, because I'm
Okay.
sure there are so many.
So I would say the top three tend to be holidays.
Mhm.
Like you mentioned Christmas before, it can be, very emotional, and to especially if your children are on the younger side, how can I not see them on Christmas morning, waking up and going to the tree, that kind of thing. It's emotional. The other thing is what happens when parents have new partners.
Mhm.
So again, I'm sort of the stick in the mud that brings it up, because who knows when it's going to happen. It may have already happened. And how my main concern in bringing it up is not, I don't care what you do with your new partner, but how are the kids going to be introduced to the new partner? How are you going to tell each other that there's a new partner? How long do you want to wait until you allow the kids to meet somebody? Because the goal is not to have people in and out of the kid's life. And then the third is, you mentioned it before as well, if a parent has to move, not necessarily out of state, because that's sort of its own set of issues, but
Mhm.
within the state, how far is too far to be going back and forth on a regular basis? I don't want to drive to South Jersey from North Jersey. It takes a lot of time. It's expensive. That there's traffic. It's annoying. So what's that cutoff point where it becomes your responsibility because you're the one that moved to make the kids
Mhm.
go back and forth? So those are the top three. And I would say not everybody has all those issues. Some people zip right through them and it's not an issue, but those tend to be the more common ones that are a little sticky.
Yeah, and I think the moving one, for sure, there could be state-specific restrictions or that you have to communicate or ask permission type of things. I really like the one that you brought up, though, about how to talk about another person, another relationship. And because you kind of have to know that in most divorces, there's a great likelihood that there was a relationship in the divorce, right? That created why they're getting divorced. And so it could be a hot button, like, well, you already had somebody come into this relationship and you didn't do it like this. But again, I don't think we should look at mediation as like, okay, everybody talk nice about things. That's not really what it is. It's like, hey, how I would appreciate, right? If when that happens, you give me a heads up
Mhm.
first, and then we talk about how that's going to look, as opposed to going to the holiday dinner and now my kids come home and tell me that they met Susie and they think that dad's girlfriend is so delightful, right? So you can it's sort of like the mediators bringing up these issues, and then you guys are like, "Okay, how are you gonna deal with," like, you get to state what you would like so that somebody doesn't mess up in the future. Like, after you get divorced, you really don't want each other to mess up as parents in the future,
Right.
right? You want the plan to help you.